Well, welcome back to the Wandering Wind. I know, I look different. That's okay. It's by design. I dyed my hair. Anyway, I want to apologize for the last few videos having bad audio. I didn't realize that the microphone settings were bad, so I fixed that now. But I want to talk about what's going on in the nation because, well, today Donald Trump did what a lot of people thought a couple of years ago was impossible. He declared a national emergency for a stupid reason. He wants to build a wall. Congress won't give him the money to build the full wall. He got $1.375 billion for 50 miles of wall. He's not happy with that conclusion, so he decided to declare a national emergency, citing, quote, problems at the border and caravans and other things. Basically, Trump invented a problem that there wasn't a need to be there. Trump even admitted in his own statement today on camera, live, that he didn't need to do this. He didn't need to do this, but he did it anyway. He didn't need to do this if they'd have just given them the money. He didn't need to do this if they would have just followed along with the plan, is basically what I was reading from it, because, of course, if you know Donald Trump, you know that 95% of what he says is just him, oh, well, if you would have just agreed with me. So we're back to square one, because now this is setting another precedent that future presidents might use to say, well, Trump declared a national emergency for a stupid reason. That must mean I can too. Oh, aren't I sweet? Not really, Mr. President. Not really. Anyway, what do I think about this whole matter? Well, first of all, numbers about the border that Trump's administration have cited are grossly either inflated or deflated, depending on how those numbers would affect their overall goals. This has been a known fact for a while. This is definitely a known fact with Trump, because Trump loves to lie to the American people to make himself look good. That's just always the way it's been, always the way it probably will be, unfortunately. I'm not saying he lies about everything, but just about every time he opens his mouth, he has something wrong to say and something incorrect to say. So, to say that he lies with every statement he makes ain't so far from the truth. Isn't so far from the truth. It really isn't. I personally am sad to see this kind of an event occur in 2019, in the modern age. I'd expect stuff like this to have happened back in the day and age where it was harder to be informed. It was harder to get your voice heard over the din. Nowadays, we have a lot of ways to get our voices heard. We have a lot of ways to be a good example for the American people, and yet we don't use those opportunities at all. I mean, heck, 90% of what we hear from politicians these days is yada, yada, yada. We need your support, yada, yada, yada. Build the wall, yada, 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 MAGA. I mean, pretty much that's what we get from Trump. And what we get from everyone else is along the lines of, well, this thing's wrong with this person, and this thing's wrong with that person, and Trump's whatever. I mean, seriously. And I'm sorry, but Hillary Clinton did not help with her deplorables comment during the elections. She really didn't. If she had just kept her mouth shut, she might have still been looked at well enough to be a viable candidate in the eyes of American people for the presidency. And we might have had President Clinton again instead of President Trump, as we did. As is, I hold out hope for the 2020 elections and the 2020 season. I really do. I really hold out hope that something good comes of it. Because we can't continue the way we are. We really can't. And the midterms show that we're not going to. They really do. Because the midterms show so much support on the Democratic side and even on the independent side that we all can band together and take down an organization that we feel is corrupt, which I feel this organization has become. Even if they were not during the elections, even if there was no Russian meddling, even if there was no collusion, the sheer fact that President Trump has basically disregarded all checks and balances that are meant to keep him from doing certain things and done things anyway. Well, I did it anyway because I felt like it. It borders on the insane, but you gotta realize this guy's not exactly right in the head either. I have to say it. I am not pro-Trump. I'm also not pro-Hillary. I'm not pro-Democrat or pro-Republican or even pro-independent. I am a centrist through and through. I vote for the people who I feel will represent the American people most effectively and most faithfully. I don't take sides, and I don't give out my advice on how to run the country because I don't know. I don't. I don't support Trump, but that doesn't mean that I want to see him lambasted on every major network and publication. Just because you don't support someone doesn't mean you want the worst for them, and I am no exception. I wish Trump the best with being able to salvage his next year or so in office. I wish Trump the best in trying to save the American economy, the American security, the national everything. But I'm not going to say one way or the other that what he's doing is good or what he's doing is bad unless I feel strongly about it. And this I feel strongly about, okay? I feel that it's wrong to go round about Congress to get your way just because they wouldn't give it to you directly, so you decide to use emergency powers to get it anyway because you're a big baby and can't take the loss with grace. I'm sorry to those Trump fans that are gonna boo me in the comments and threaten me and everything else. But you know what? I've got myself a button that says block this person from your channel. And if I see anyone going across that line, I will use that button in order to preserve a better environment where we can all conversate, where we can all have a conversation about this and not an all-out flame war or comment war. Thank you guys so very much for listening. If you did, I want to say something. I've been going through a weight loss program, and I'm having trouble with getting necessary funds that I have to pay. So, if you guys can, there's a link down at the top of the description. If you can go there and donate a one-time donation of any amount, it would very much be appreciated so that I can continue my journey towards healthy living and healthy weight loss. I am going to be getting severely helpful clinical advice and clinical help, basically, but I'm gonna need that money because I'm required to pay certain dues and certain fees, and so it's gonna be a good number for that. It's gonna be a big number. If you guys can help me by supporting me that way, I would greatly appreciate it. Until next time, I thank you guys, and I hope you enjoy this and future videos here from the Wandering Wind. Hey guys, if you enjoyed this video, please make sure to subscribe to my channel by hitting that button down below. If you want to see more from me, check out my other videos, or just wait until tomorrow because I'll probably have another video out. Thank you so much for supporting me by hitting that like button. And if you want, you can check out my website. You can check out my other videos. You can donate to my Patreon or to my direct donation page. There are links down for that below. Thank you so very much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day. 'Cause I'll be back when the day is new, and I'll have more ideas for you. And you'll have things that you'll want to talk about. I will too, because it's you I like. Thanks for watching.